Throughout history, humanity has been captivated by the mysterious and the unexplained. Two of the most enduring subjects of fascination are werewolves and unidentified flying objects, UFOs. At first glance, these two seem to occupy completely different realms. One rooted in ancient folklore and primal fear, the other in modern science fiction and speculation about extraterrestrial life. Yet in the 20th and 21st centuries, researchers and experiencers have begun drawing connections between the two. This intersection of myth and modernity suggests that werewolves and UFOs may be related. Exploring their possible relationship reveals much about how humans grapple with the unknown, reinterpret old legends, and project timeless anxieties into new forms. The overlap between werewolf and UFO sightings is more than a coincidence to some. It points to a psychological and cultural phenomenon that reveals how ancient archetypes can adapt to fit new technological eras. The fascination with both ideas demonstrates how humans combine mythology and contemporary mystery to comprehend inexplicable phenomena. Werewolves are among the most enduring creatures in human mythology. Their origins stretch back thousands of years to early European, Norse, and even ancient Greek traditions. The concept of the human-wolf hybrid appears in the legend of King Lycaon from Greek mythology, who was transformed into a wolf by Zeus as punishment for his impiety. In medieval Europe, belief in werewolves was widespread, often tied to the fear of witches and demons. People accused of lycanthropy were believed to transform under the light of the full moon and roam the countryside, attacking livestock or humans. In folklore, the curse of the werewolf symbolized the loss of control over one's humanity, a descent into the bestial and forbidden. Over time, werewolves evolved in popular culture from monsters hunted in the night to tragic figures cursed by their dual nature. Modern depictions in film and literature, such as The Wolf Man, 1941, or An American Werewolf in London, 1981, have cemented them as metaphors for transformation, rage, and repression, blending psychological depth with supernatural terror. Werewolves continue to fascinate audiences because they mirror the conflict between civilization and instinct. UFOs, by contrast, are products of a more technological age, yet they share with werewolves a deep resonance with human fear and wonder. The first major wave of UFO sightings began in the 1940s, during a period of immense global change marked by the end of World War II and the dawn of the atomic era. Pilots reported Foo Fighters, glowing orbs that followed aircraft during combat. In 1947, Kenneth Arnold's sighting of flying saucers near Mount Rainier sparked a media frenzy, followed by the famous Roswell incident later that year, in which an alleged alien craft was said to have crashed in New Mexico. Since then, reports of strange lights, metallic discs, and otherworldly beings have only increased. The UFO phenomenon taps into humanity's sense of cosmic curiosity and existential fear that we are either alone in the universe or being observed by forces beyond our comprehension. Like werewolf legends, UFO stories often occur in isolated or rural settings, where darkness and uncertainty heighten imagination and awe. Both subjects thrive on the tension between skepticism and belief, reflecting how people interpret the unknown through the lens of their time. The connection between werewolves and UFOs may seem unlikely, but a surprising number of accounts place them within the same contexts. In the modern age of paranormal investigation, witnesses sometimes describe overlapping experiences. Strange lights in the sky, followed by encounters with large, bipedal, wolf-like creatures. Reports from regions such as Wisconsin's Bray Road, Pennsylvania's Fayette County, and parts of rural England have described dogmen, or wolfmen, seen near the sites of UFO sightings or mysterious energy phenomena. Some ufologists propose that these creatures are biological experiments or extraterrestrial scouts, genetically engineered beings deployed for observation. Others believe the werewolf may not be of alien origin at all, but rather an interdimensional entity that manifests during times of heightened electromagnetic activity, which could also explain simultaneous UFO appearances. This theory posits that both werewolves and UFOs are symptoms of thin places, where reality momentarily overlaps with another plane of existence. It presents a cosmic or dimensional explanation that merges ancient myth with speculative science. Paranormal researchers have expanded on these theories in fascinating ways. Some, such as British author Nick Redfern, have explored the idea that UFOs, cryptids, and supernatural entities could be different aspects of the same phenomenon, what the late John Keel, author of the Mothman Prophecies, called ultra-terrestrials. According to this view, the beings that people once interpreted as fairies, demons, or werewolves may now appear to modern witnesses as aliens or extraterrestrial visitors, their form changing to fit the cultural expectations of the observer. This hypothesis suggests that belief, language, and collective consciousness shape humanity's experiences with the unknown, blurring the line between myth and science. In this light, the werewolf's transformation and the UFO's sudden appearance both reflect moments where ordinary reality gives way to the inexplicable. These moments, whether ancient or modern, remind us that mystery tends to adapt to the stories we tell and the technologies we create. However, skepticism remains a crucial counterweight to these theories. Skeptics argue that the apparent connections between werewolves and UFOs are more a product of human pattern seeking than of actual correlation. From a psychological perspective, both phenomena often occur under similar emotional and environmental conditions: nighttime, isolation, stress, and the presence of ambiguous stimuli such as distant lights or rustling sounds. These circumstances can trigger pareidolia, the tendency of the brain to perceive meaningful shapes or patterns where none exist. Folklorists also point out that stories of shapeshifters and mysterious lights have long existed separately, only merging in modern times as the paranormal field became more interconnected. As new technologies emerge, so too do new explanations for old fears. The werewolf and the UFO may simply be two masks worn by the same timeless impulse towards storytelling and wonder. Human beings reinterpret mystery through the lens of their own era, whether through ancient superstition or modern science fiction. Despite doubts, the cultural impact of linking werewolves and UFOs has been significant. The combination of ancient myth and futuristic mystery has influenced books, films, podcasts, and YouTube channels exploring crypto-ufology, a hybrid field that unites cryptid lore with extraterrestrial speculation. Communities online share stories of dogmen near supposed alien landing sites, while fiction writers weave narratives that treat both phenomena as part of a grand cosmic ecosystem. These tales merge folklore and science, keeping both traditions alive in the digital age. This fusion has also influenced how people interpret their experiences, providing new frameworks for the unexplainable. In an era where the boundaries between science, spirituality, and entertainment often blur, these hybrid myths speak to our need to uncover meaning in an increasingly complex and uncertain world. They also demonstrate how storytelling remains one of the most powerful ways humans process fear, curiosity, and the need for connection with something greater than themselves. While the idea of a connection between werewolves and UFOs may lack empirical evidence, it reveals something profound about the human imagination. Werewolves remind us of our primal instincts, the animal within that resists control. UFOs represent the infinite unknown beyond the stars, the mystery we cannot reach. Together, they embody two poles of human curiosity, the inner and the outer, the self and the cosmos. The theories that unite them, whether through aliens, interdimensional gateways, or psychic projection, may never be proven, but they illuminate how deeply humans yearn to understand forces greater than themselves. In the end, the link between werewolves and UFOs may be less about monsters or spaceships, and more about the enduring desire to bridge the distance between myth and mystery, earth and sky, fear and wonder. Fear,